Today is my 43rd wedding anniversary. Exciting, right? Well, whenever we were young and our kids were small, my husband worked for an insurance firm. One day he decided that he would ask a friend to come home for lunch. What a very nice thing to do. And back in that day, there were no cell phones and no texts, and he didn't call me and he didn't tell me. So guess what? I wasn't dressed. My hair was a mess. There was dishes in the sink, children's toys everywhere. The children weren't dressed. How do you think I felt, and how do you think I responded? Well, I didn't respond very well. I had to keep face, whenever the guest came in for lunch. I mean, they were just going to have sandwiches, but everything was a mess and I was embarrassed. And how did that happen? Lack of communication, lack of thinking from the other person's side. How it looked for him was, taking a friend home was not how it looked for me. So I'm going to give you 3 things today for the Evergreen Marriage. This is our second episode. I'm going to give you 3 things that help you build trust in your marriage. And the first one is the golden rule. It's an easy thing, the golden rule. Do to others as you would have them do to you. And no matter what kind of decision that you're making, if you think about how the other person's going to feel about it, you know how you feel about it. Now you got to think about how they feel about it. You're going to make a good decision. You're going to make a good decision. The second thing is careful communication. Did you know that sometimes even when my husband and I are talking, we are saying the same thing in different ways, and our voices are raising a little louder because we think the other person is not understanding. So we have to have careful communication. Just like that story that I told, there was a telephone back in that day, and he needed to call me and say, "Hey, honey, I'm having somebody for lunch," and he needed to do that at least 3 hours ahead so I could be ready, right? But he didn't do that, and it caused conflict. And so often, our miscommunications cause conflict. Either lack of communication, because we're not respecting the other person enough just to cue them in on what's going on, or we're just thinking about ourselves, and we just don't do it because we just didn't think about it. So this is your heads up right here. So now you need to think about it, right? So careful communication and being specific in what you say. Several of my trainings, I show a picture of, and I'm not going to tell what it is because that would give it away, but I show a picture and one person sees it one way and one person sees it the other way. And neither way is wrong and neither way is right. I mean, well, they're both right because we all see things differently. We see different things into particular words or particular things that are going on because we're all different. So careful communication, and some people need to work on communication better than or more than others. And then the third thing is reliability. This is a simple and an easy one. Reliability. Don't allow those words to leave your lips if you're not willing to do what you say. So when you tell somebody something, especially your spouse, you have to be willing, happily, to do whatever it is you said you'll do so that you are reliable. So what's one of the big things in 43 years of marriage? Trust, reliability, helping each other. Well, I like, the wife is the helpmate, right? These things pour into a happy marriage. And I know everybody wants happily ever after, right? Connie Durham, The Evergreen Marriage, episode 2. Thanks for watching.